Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Deadpool. How powerful is this crazy guy? After watching this video you might think Deadpool can't be killed, but he can. Want to know how? I had already made a video on how to kill Deadpool, linked to that will be in the description. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will never miss an upcoming update. With that out of the way, let's get started with the video.
Have you seen this man?
Once Deadpool had a holographic image inducer that allowed him to change his appearance. Deadpool's cancer is in a constant state of regeneration due to his healing factor, which causes the skin on his face and body to look grossly deformed. So he's not exactly inconspicuous in public. Not to mention that anonymity is a serious benefit to a merc-for-hire. With his image inducer, Deadpool could mask his appearance with the face, body, and clothing of someone less Freddy Krueger-like. Unfortunately, due to his fractured psyche, the image inducer had a tendency to flip between different looks every few seconds. Eventually, the idea was abandoned entirely, and Wade Wilson was forced to live with the face of Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Shar-Pei. In Deadpool Volume 1 Issue 64, Thanos learns that Deadpool and the literal personification of death in the Marvel Universe are in love with each other. But Thanos has his own love affair with death, so he curses Deadpool with the inability to die to keep them from being together, making Deadpool literally immortal. Deadpool's healing factor has a number of interesting little side effects on his body. One of which is that his muscles seem to be inexhaustible and constantly repairing, so he's developed strength well beyond natural human limitations. He has been seen at various points lifting people off the ground or punching them high into the air with minimal effort. In Cable and Deadpool Issue 13 by Fabian Nicieza with art by Patrick Zircher, an autopsy reveals that he broke a man's neck instantly with his thumb and forefinger, an act that the doctors agree would require a superhuman amount of strength. When Deadpool teamed up with Hawkeye in Hawkeye vs. Deadpool, Wade uses American Sign Language at times to communicate with Clint, who has been deaf since Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. In Deadpool and The Mercs for Money, he speaks Spanish frequently to his Mexican teammate, Massacre, who only speaks Spanish. In Deadpool Team Up Issue 1, he takes a trip to Japan and speaks Japanese throughout most of the mission in order to communicate with a clone dwarf version of himself called Whittle Wade, who only speaks Japanese. So he has fluency in various languages. Another interesting side effect of Deadpool's healing factor is his superhuman ability to never get tired. His muscular system produces far fewer fatigue toxins than a normal human being, so he can exert himself at peak capacity for several days before he begins succumbing to fatigue. But even if he were to tire out, his regeneration ability would quickly have him back at peak performance in a short amount of time. This is made clear throughout dozens of fights with Marvel's heaviest hitters, including the Hulk, Carnage, the Rhino, Spider-Man, and waves upon waves of zombies and aliens without ever slowing down or shutting up. Because of the boost from his healing factor, it's possible that Deadpool actually has a higher level of stamina than Captain America. Deadpool has super metabolism. He's unable to get drunk no matter how much alcohol he sucks down. In Deadpool Volume 2 Issue 16 by Daniel Way and Paco Medina, he cooks up 372,844 pancakes just because he's bored. Super strength and an accelerated healing factor are practically as common as superheroes themselves. But one ability that is unique to Deadpool is his awareness of being a fictional character. Since Deadpool Volume 1, he's referenced previous issues, told other characters their lives exist in a comic book, and he's even rewritten reality with a pen-like scene out of something Bugs Bunny would appear in. As well, his perception of our reality is present in every form of media he's existed in, and we have also seen him breaking fourth wall in Deadpool movies. Deadpool has super agility. His super agility has come in handy numerous times with adversaries far stronger, faster, and more powerful than himself, including the Hulk, Wolverine, and in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, he even manages to kill Spider-Man. X-Men Origin Wolverine movie gave him some abilities that we'd never seen him have before. Deadpool got optic laser blasts from Cyclops, and Baraka-style retractable sword blades implanted in his arms, probably meant to mirror Wolverine. During the entirety of Deadpool Volume 2, among other works, Wade was written as having multiple distinct personalities. Having multiple brains provides a powerful tactical advantage, namely the ability to analyze and think through multiple aspects of a battle and the potential strengths and weaknesses of each strategy at the same time. Another benefit to having multiple distinct personalities inside his brain, as well as being just generally kind of insane, that it makes it very difficult for psychic characters to get into his head. so when they do, they can't really get a grasp of what's going on. Psychics can't really break in, and frankly, they would have to be crazy to even try. Over the years, he has resisted the telepathic probings of Professor X and Emma Frost. Even his longtime teammate, Cable, couldn't get into Wade's head. However, with many of Deadpool's abilities, this one seems to come and go. During 2016's Deadpool Back in Black limited series, after the Venom symbiote leaves Peter Parker, it comes crawling back to Deadpool. Rather than going even more homicidal, Deadpool gets the added strength, speed, and tentacles of the symbiote along with the symbiote webbing that it picked up from Spider-Man. There's a moment just after the symbiote attaches itself to Deadpool where he's about to devour the brains of Machine Man before he snaps out of it and remembers that Machine Man is his competitor and contains himself. Then he chops all the bad guys in the room to pieces. But that's just normal Deadpool behavior. In the comics, Wade Wilson has not only learned that he's a father, but he's also entered into the bonds of unholy matrimony with Shikla, vampire queen of the underworld. In other words, whenever he doesn't want to go into a fight alone, he has a direct line to someone who can turn into a massive fire-breathing beast or summon an army of demons and monsters at her command. Another one of Deadpool's discontinued powers came from a teleporter device designed by his buddy, Weasel. As you can imagine, having a character who's basically invincible, with ninja-like hand-to-hand combat skills and an infinite arsenal of firearms and lethal blades, who can also teleport at the press of a button, kind of makes things a little too easy for him. And with that, we will bring this video to an end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.